Maybe one of my more hot take-ish, controversial posts I normally try to stay away from, but as a lifelong Giants fan, I feel like this is my calling to make this post. And it is, I don't think the MetLife turf is the sole reason why we continue to see all these injuries at the field. There's a lot at play, and I feel like it's relatively lazy to just lump it all on this turf. Yes, the list of names is with some heavy hitters, but I think if we take a step back, one of the things, the first thing I like to look at when we look at this is what's the time of year where a lot of these injuries happen. And we look at it, Aaron Rodgers, Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, Malik Neighbors, Sterling Shepard are some of the biggest names on that list. They all got hurt within that first month. 3 of those guys week 1, Sterling Shepard week 3, Malik Neighbors week 4. Now, after that, I like to look at how much time we missed prior to this injury or what's been our injury status. Now, with Aaron, he was dealing with a lot of calf issues. I remember there was a big thing because they were sprinting. They changed up his warm-up routine. It was his first year away from Green Bay. They did sled sprints or sprinting before, and he tweaked his calf. And that kind of lingered. Didn't play in the preseason, but he practiced a ton. But now, again, we're ramping up. You haven't seen live bullets. You haven't had to dodge a live pass rush. That first game, he was kind of running for his life, tries to escape the pocket, wrapped up in a tackle, and he blows it. We look at Sterling Shepard. He was coming off an Achilles injury the season before. Neighbors missed a ton of time during camp. He's been missing some practices with some back and hamstring issues. And last year he had a concussion, and there's been a ton of studies that show that you're at a higher risk of suffering a lower body injury if you've suffered a concussion. So again, to me, all of these things need to be kind of thrown out there instead of just saying it's the turf. There's a lot at play when it comes to these ACL injuries, and it's unfair to just lump it in on this one. And this isn't a pro turf post. This is more of we could use this as a educational piece to a lot of young kids and parents. Again, I've had athletes of mine that unfortunately either tear their other ACL or they re-tear the one. And when we look back at what happens, could we have done different from a rehab point of view? The other thing we look at is, again, when did this happen? How far post us getting cleared did it happen? All right, it was a year after. We were back into sports. We were cruising. We were having a great season. But we may have suffered another injury, whether it be an ankle or a hamstring or a back, and we just tried to gut it out because we needed to play to either try to get that scholarship or because we're in college and we're in conference play, we got to go. What happens, we're stressing our body so much. We say that we're stress managers, and it should be our job to kind of manage our athletes' stress the best that we can. So if we see that, hey, I know my athlete's coming off an ACL and they tweaked an ankle, I got to be really cognizant of maybe I'm going to take an extra 2 or 3 days to slow them back. And I know the coaches aren't going to want to hear that and the kids aren't going to want to hear that, but I'd rather take 2 or 3 extra days than have to go through this whole process again. Always putting it through the ringer. So that's my hot take on the MetLife Stadium turf. If you agree, disagree, I'd love to hear some comments, get some feedback.